good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending what time it is. Welcome back to the channel, and today I have a fragrance review for you guys, and it's none other than reviewing Dior Homme 2020. And I do realize this is kind of a late review. It's 4 years after its initial release, but I think that's gonna be done to its benefit because initially upon its release, it didn't get the love that I think it deserved, or the appreciation or the recognition, because essentially it's a rebranding of the Dior Homme line. And this is something that I want to preface. I have not owned the original Dior Homme, so my review is going to be pretty objective in that sense. This is the first Dior Homme fragrance that I've owned, so I don't have any prior history. I'm not coming with any biases. I'm just talking about this as if it were an individual fragrance. So I just want to mention that in case anyone gets upset and says anything about that it doesn't follow the original line. So with that out of the way, let's get into the fragrance. This, I'm going to be honest, is the only fragrance that I've purchased in the past year that is an EDT. And that should say a lot. I am someone who loves eau de parfums, loves parfums, kind of stays away from the eau de toilettes because the scent profiles are pretty light. The performance generally is not that great, and performance is a pretty big deal to me. If it doesn't last decently long, then I'm not spending the money, right? I don't want to smell good for like an hour and a half or like 3 hours, because who's out of the house for only like 2-3 hours? If you're going for dinner, sure, but most of the time, if you're going to work, if you're going to school, if you're doing a day activity, if you're playing sports or something, or you're going on a trip, you want something that lasts a decent amount of time. And EDTs, for me personally, usually struggle with this aspect, but not with this. So I want to touch on performance first. This, especially for an EDT, performs amazing. For longevity, lasts 10 hours on my skin, and projection is easy 6 to 8, and I'd even say could go higher. It looks like I haven't worn too much of it, but I've worn it at least 15 times, and more than, I'd say, like 50% of the time, the compliments I've gotten were past the 5-hour mark. So this scent does last, does project, and still smells great, especially in the dry down. It's pretty simple overall in its scent profile. It's not doing anything crazy, but that's why I kind of named it the generic masterpiece, and I stand by that 100%. I think this is a masterpiece of a fragrance. It is modern, it is simple, it is elegant, and can be worn in pretty much any occasion. From my point of view, I can't find any flaws with this fragrance. There's nothing that I would change. There's nothing that I would want done differently. I think this fragrance fits anyone from like 20 years up until 60 years old. Any age range, any activity. This is the perfect daily wear fragrance if you're looking for something like that in 2024. The most common types of scents that people usually buy for daily fragrances, or daily wears, are blue fragrances, and those are great, and there's a bunch of options to pick from. But if you want something that is slightly different but still provides the same service, I would say go for this. Anything that a blue fragrance can do, this can do, and can do it even better. Essentially, it's a scent profile that isn't abused, right? Like every single fragrance house, pretty much every house has a blue fragrance. Most of the designers do, at least, but this stands out and is extremely unique. And the amount of compliments I've gotten on this is absurd. And this few times I've worn it, like 15 times, I've gotten compliments on it 10 plus times. So 10 out of 15, that's pretty good. Ranging from my girlfriend to barbers to random people. The only other fragrance that I've had a pretty surprising reaction with and gotten a lot of compliments was Club de Nuit Intense Man. and I'd say this is a close second. I gotta see, maybe this is even better. Again, this is for people that I interact with. You may not get the same reaction for this fragrance, but from my personal experience, great if you're looking for compliments. And honestly, that gives you a lot of confidence. When you're walking out of the door, you want to grab something simple. You don't want something that's too much of a statement. You want something that will just, compliment you, make you smell good. And that's it. This is perfect. And I'm making this review more so to recommend this fragrance to everybody that hasn't tried it yet. If you've tried it and you don't like it, that's okay. If you've overlooked this fragrance because you've heard reviewers say that it's not that great, it's just a replacement, they're replacing the line, it's simplistic, it's blah, 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 I would recommend that you go get yourself a decant or go to the store a few times a week, try it out, and then let me know what you think, because I think everyone should own this in 2024. Instead of wearing a blue fragrance as your kind of like casual scent, I would recommend this over like Dior Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, YSL Y, or Polo Blue or anything like that. That's just my recommendation though. Of course, you guys can wear whatever you like, wear whatever you want. But if you are looking for something different, but it's still generic, I would recommend that you wear this generic masterpiece. And so I think I touched on most of the main points. This isn't going to be a super extensive review. I just want to take some time to talk about this fragrance and to say that it really surprised me, because I bought this alongside YSL myself, and I thought I was going to like YSL myself more, but that's a little bit closer to the blue DNA. It's quite strong. It's got character. I'd say a lot more character than this has. But I just find this easier to wear. I can wear this knowing that it won't offend other people. YSL myself, the longevity and projection I haven't thoroughly tested, but if it is beast mode, like on my skin, for that scent profile, I think that's a little bit too much. It's got quite a strong scent to it. But this one has been getting the most wear out of all my fragrances in my collection, and that also has to do with the fact that I have quite a few winter fragrances. So right now I'm transitioning into kind of the spring and summer part of my fragrance collection, and I have been rocking this consistently. In terms of sprays, I usually do 2 to 4 depending where I'm going, how many people are going to be there. If it's like a smaller kind of hangout, or I'll sometimes do 2 if I don't want to, like fill up the room too much. Like if you're next to me, you'll smell it. If I'm doing an outside activity, like 3 to 4. If I'm out for a long period of time and I won't be able to respray, then of course 3 to 4. But generally you can stick to 2 to 4. It's a Dior fragrance, guys. It's going to have quality. It's going to be done to satisfy the mass market, and this definitely does that. And I stand by my decision of labeling it as the generic masterpiece. Let me know if you guys also like it. Maybe I'm just going off on a tangent. Maybe this is a random short obsession with this fragrance, but I'm just saying, in terms of all the other new releases and all the other fragrances, this one stands out to me the most. And I feel bad that I overlooked this fragrance, because for so many years, again, I didn't try it because people were kind of hating on it. And I think now people are kind of getting used to it, and they're saying, you know what, it's actually not bad for what it is. If you look at it objectively, I think this is a great fragrance. But yeah, so let me know what you think. Let me know if there's any new releases that come out or are coming out so I can try them. Again, but the last few times I've gone to any fragrance store, I haven't really been impressed by any scents. So I'm not really too tempted to buy anything. Again, the only ones on my radar are Burberry Hero, which is surprising. I never thought I would like that kind of scent. But Burberry Hero and Dior Homme Cologne. But yeah, I'm trying trying to find something new, something interesting. So if there are any new releases, please let me know. I will try to get my nose on them. And yeah, that's it for my Dior Homme 2020 review. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys think I'm overhyping it. And yeah, let me know what your favorite fragrance is from the Dior house. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time.